Hi everybody, I am super excited to be here with you guys today because we are making 3 ingredient bagels. And these are, from what I understand, Weight Watcher friendly because they're 3 points per bagel. I think they're actually less, there's 3 points if you make 4 bagels out of this recipe, but since we're doing 12, it's even less points. So check with your Weight Watchers to see how much that is, but I know these are 50 calories per bagel. And so I wanted to share with you because this is a really simple ingredient. And as we're trying to save time and money and trying to figure out how to do things more at home, this is a great alternative instead of going out to your favorite bakery, right? Make them at home. And you can make them either sweet or savory. And so I'll show you the simple ingredients. Now, first thing, I like to take off my wedding ring and put it in my pocket, only because I don't like to get the dough in the middle of all of my ingredients. So just so you know, somebody needs to remind me later to bring that back up. So the first ingredient is going to be flour. Now, if you're using all-purpose flour, you're going to need a couple extra ingredients. And one thing you may not know, but when you're measuring flour, you don't want to scoop your flour. You want to let your flour fall into it because that's going to give you a really good, even measurement instead of it being too much. And so just like that, so we're going to do 1 cup of flour, and we need self-rising flour. So in order to make self-rising flour, it's 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. So there's 1. So let's get us a half. There we go. And then we need 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now, little tip, never measure salt over top of your bowl if you're pouring it because it pours really fast. And so it's really important to not overdo it. And so, so I always like to pour just off to the side or in another bowl or something like that. So there we go. See, just like that, how the extra salt comes out. So, all right. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to just kind of mix this up. One thing I did not grab is a spatula. So let's do that real quick. We'll grab us a spatula and gonna get that all mixed up. And the next ingredient is gonna be 1 cup of Greek yogurt. And so 1 cup of Greek yogurt. Now this is our small, easy read measuring cup. And what I love about this is how I can just pop it out and it keeps from making the mess, all the mess that you have, like trying to scoop out those ingredients out of your measuring cup. So things like this, sour cream, peanut butter, all those things, it's great for a measuring cup. And this, because it's liquid and dry, and this is a confusing thing. To use it as a liquid, always have it flush all the way down just like this, and you're gonna measure up the side of the cup. And so to use it as a dry ingredient or like this, like the sticky ingredients, and you pull the cup downward to the measurement that you need. And so, all right, so there's that. So we'll put that aside. And then we're going to just mix this up. So super easy. And that's the only ingredients in the bagels. Yes, you heard me right. So you're like, where's the 3rd ingredient come in? And really it could be even 4 ingredients depending on what you're using, but like you get to choose how you make these, and you're gonna see that it's gonna be kind of crumbly. So if you kind of look at this, you'll see the crumbliness of this bagel. And so I'm just gonna try to mix it in the best that I can. It's not gonna be pretty, but just doing that. All right, so we are going to just have this all put together. Now we're going to put it on a lightly floured surface. So I'm going to use my flour sugar shaker and just put a little bit of flour out here just so it doesn't really stick to the counter. And then we're just going to dump our ingredients here. So just like that, so you can see. This is my favorite part because you're going to basically, you're going to just make little round tubes. You know, so just put all of this together, and you're going to knead it first. So just knead this together a little bit. It's not going to be fantastic. It's going to be a little sticky, and that's normal, but just knead it for a couple of minutes, or, you know, like for a little bit. And so just like so, use extra flour as needed, just like this. Super easy, and just trying to get this all off of your hands, right? Okay, so now once you get it kind of put together and you can kind of just feel that it's smooth, then you're going to divide it out. So to divide it out, I like to just roll the tube like this. and then just divide it into 12 equal parts. So just like this, you're getting a good even thing going like that. So they're going to be small. Now, the best part about this is if you want, you can just roll it out like this. And so again, a little bit of flour if you need it. I'm going to try not to use a lot of flour, but I'm just going to roll this out, and this is going to be 3 bagels right here. Okay. So kind of trying to keep it the same. And if you want to just divide it out first before you do that, you can do that too. But just trying to keep it pretty even. And then we're just going to divide this into 3. So just 1, 2, 3. Now, I have our bagel pan. That is, I just lightly oiled the bagel pan. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take each of these and join it together inside the bagel pan. So like so. And so just kind of putting that together and make it into a circle. So it's like a donut inside this pan, just like so. So here we go, and putting it out and bringing it together just like so, and sticking that in there. Now, so here, we'll put that aside while we work on another strand. So this is going to be 3 more bagels, right? So just roll, 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 roll your dough. Yes, I'll be here all day. Haha, lots of jokes. Okay, so now if you see what I'm using on top of right now is this is the pastry mat, and I love the Pampered Chef pastry mat because I make a lot of homemade stuff, like homemade breads. I make homemade pie crust, all those things that you go to you go to the store to buy, and it's super easy to be able to make it at home. And you know, in our economy right now, this is a great way to be able to do more things at home instead of buying things at the store. But think of how easy it is to do those things at home and try it out. And so like I said, I love the pastry mat because it helps me to get the perfect size pie crust. It helps me really to get, you know, everything, like all the things, all my doughs, I can have the perfect size bread when I'm rolling out bread dough and all those things. And then plus, because it's silicone, it makes it easy to, you know, it can flop around and stuff like that. And plus it sticks to the counter, kind of has like a grippiness to it. But I'll tell you, like, one thing that I use it a lot is when I do make homemade breads and stuff and it needs to rise, I like that instead of using plastic wrap or something over it, I can take and just fold it over itself, and it kind of creates like that wrap around bread or whatever. But anyway, so I love this pastry mat. It's one of my favorite things. And so here we go. Now, so, you know, thinking about like what other things can you make at home? Like we're making homemade bagels, but did you know that Pampered Chef also has we have a donut mix. So donut mix that you can use in this pan that you can purchase. We also have a donut hole pan, but even better is you can do not only, like, we also have pretzel mix, we have pancake and waffle mix, so different things like that, to where you can do those things at home instead of going out to eat. And so saving time and money at home by making things at home instead of going out places. So, all right, so we are being very ambitious here because I think I'm going to have to go ahead and divide this to do the 3 because it was going to be too long. But just like this, so you can see how easy this is. Now, our next step is we are going to create the topping, and it's going to be super easy. And the way that you get the nice crispiness on top, ooh, let's see, I think this one might have been a little smaller than the others. So there we go. Put that together, super easy. And then, so pampered, not perfect, definitely here. And so, all right, put this together and like so. So, and then almost done here, like so. Only 3 more to go. We're almost there, almost there. And we are going to make these savory But like I was saying earlier, that you can do sweet or savory, depending on which way you want to go. So if you want to do sweet, what I like to do is take like 1/4 cup of sugar, and you could do 1/4 cup of sugar and a little bit of cinnamon, and put in with that maybe like a teaspoon of cinnamon. And you can do like cinnamon bagels. You could also, while you're rolling these bagels, you can add in things like add in blueberries, or so put blueberries into your dough, or you can put in raisins into your dough and do cinnamon and cinnamon and raisin along with your dough. So all right, so next up is we're going to take an egg. And so I am going to, oh, that is hilarious. Okay. So because we have lots of chickens, it's a hard-boiled egg. So hard-boiled egg got mixed up with our other egg. And so let's try that again with a raw egg. Okay, here we go. So I take that, and so use our little mini whipper, and I'm just going to kind of whisk this around and mix that up. So we have 11 hens and 1 rooster, and so our house is always entertaining. So what you're going to do is you're going to create a little egg wash on top of here, and that's going to give them kind of like a crispy outside, and that's going to help making it more that bagel appeal, right? So just like that. So we're just going to just gently rub this around on here. And I see that one that was a little bit smaller. He's going to be like the baby, the runt of the group. So we'll see how he turns out. And then the last step. Okay, so now here's the part where it makes it to be a, where it makes it savory. So we are going to add everything bagel seasoning onto these. And like I said, you can put anything you want, but I love this Pampered Chef Everything Bagel Seasoning. And I use this, my favorite thing. Not only do we put it on our bagels like this, but I also love to put it on top of avocado toast. So that is definitely my favorite. And it's just so yummy. So there you go. Lots of flavor into there. And now, you guys, we're just going to stick this into the oven. So you're going to do it for about 10 to 12 minutes, and then turn it onto the broiler to put it into the broiler just for about 2 minutes to brown them up. So, so I hope you enjoyed this little presentation of doing this, and just come back, you know, here in just a minute. I'll be back, and I will show you what they look like when they are finished. Right, so here we come. These beautiful bagels. And what I love about these is you get to choose, you know, you get to choose what goes on them. You get to choose what goes in them. And in just, you know, they were like 10 to 12 minutes, and then a couple of minutes on the broiler, and you can see, ouch, 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 they're super hot. But you can see actually how amazing they are. And look at bottom and top, they look yummy. And so, yeah, so I can't wait to hear how it goes. I'd love to hear, you know, let me know, like, what happens when you cook these bagels? What is it going to be like? So how much do you love them? What would you put inside of them? What would you put, you know, like inside of them and outside of them to make them personal to you? And just know that this is one of the many ways that Pampered Chef can help you save time and money. See you soon.